Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. How's everyone's morning? What are our wins? What are our celebrations? What are the things we're just dang proud of? Oh, we get to see Rachel's face this morning. Oh, briefly. It was such a beautiful sight. Good morning. Good morning, Jimmy.
Morning.
Good morning, Matt Gate. Good morning, Michelle E. E. Good morning, Mara. Good morning, Kevin Blackburn.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Can't believe it's another weekend. This week went by quick.
This week did go by quick. It's almost like you guys were working, crushing it, killing it, doing great things.
It's only Thursday, you guys.
Oh, smash.
I thought Friday was yesterday, dude. I totally thought yesterday was Friday.
I had all these appointments for my kids this week, and then, it's just, I didn't feel like I did anything except follow up with my current clients.
All right. What are your wins, your celebrations, the proud things that you're proud of?
I had a buyer by the come in a couple days ago, and I've been competing with another realtor on this one. They've been interviewing realtors. Showed up yesterday. Come to find out, it's somebody I was in the military with, and I was in the military here. I was not in Arizona, and then that was pretty cool. And then the other one was it's my brother's best friend from the military from Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, I believe it was. Just happened to fall in my lap. And then broke all my PRs at the gym yesterday. So I'm kind of happy about that.
Good job, Eric. Hell yeah.
Please. 3 people know that reference.
Where do you work out, bro?
At the gym. He just said that.
No,
Yeah.
which one?
I go to Planet.
Oh, Planet. Oh, for sure.
All right. Next wins. We got buyers, military, and PRs. Thanks, Eric. PRs is personal records. I broke my personal record, which means he's almost stronger than me.
5 sandwiches strong.
4.5.
Come on, you could do better, Dan. Pick it up.
I know. I've ashamed my family not eating the 5th sandwich. So, all right, other wins and celebrations.
I wrote a contract yesterday for a client who at least came in within 2,000 of asking because last week he wanted to come in 60,000 low on a deal. So he's an engineer, so I just asked the chat GPT to talk to this person. He's like, give him statistics. So, but I'd already done that, but I gave him some more, but it seems to have worked. So
There we go.
yay.
Okay. Going once. Going twice. Sold or closed. I know yesterday is objection day and Wednesday, and that's what we're going to talk about. We gave Mara our floor for Wednesday, and I think it was a lot more impactful as Mara kind of gave you guys some really good stuff to run with and play with. But we're going to set back into our normal cadence of things and continue with our AI series. As Wednesday, what's our typical Wednesday, right? What do we focus on Wednesdays? Right. Is it objections, right? Is that right, Kevin? Is that what you said? You said objections. Just, yeah, that's we did objections, Dan. You're right, Kevin.
Because you just said it.
Yeah. We do objections, but how can we use AI to be our objection sparring partner? Easy. Mara just said it herself. I asked ChatGPT to give me some information on how to talk to this guy, and instead gave him some statistics, some numbers, some math. Well, one of the beautiful things about AI is you bring your ugliest objection and then we spar with it. It's a pretty simple setup. You tell AI to play the prospect. You fire back at it. It never gets tired. It never judges you or fires you or tells you you're stupid. Well, it might tell you you're stupid if you're that bad. But it's something you can do 24/7. I saw in the group chat yesterday, Jimmy's like, is there anyone that wants to do script practice for an hour a day? You know what?
Oh, slackers.
Nobody got excited about that. But here's the thing, right? You can create your own scripting environment, and everyone can do it, regardless if you have a paid account or not. The foundation is pretty simple. You can text it. Everyone, even on free accounts, can text back and forth with AI. It's called using the app or texting on the computer. And those that have the pro account, you guys can use voice model. And for for BrokerBot, you can call into it. It's pretty awesome stuff. So let's check it out. Some of the worst objections. Your commission is too high. We want to wait for rates to drop. Zillow says it's worth less than that. We are just selling it ourselves, right? We go to BrokerBot. We grab the sparring prompt. You are a tough but realistic real estate prospect. We're doing objection role play to sharpen my skills. Your objection, and then we're going to take the objection, place it in there. Your personality is skeptical, busy, has done some research online, not rude, but not pushover. Rules: stay in character as the prospect. Do not coach me mid-role play. Respond to what I actually say. If my answer is weak, push back harder. If it's strong, give me ground realistically. Keep your replies 2 to 3 sentences so we go back and forth fast. After 4 to 5 exchanges, break character and grade me. What worked, what didn't, and the single best line I could have used. Start by hitting me with objections, right? Boom. Copy and paste. So we're going to copy it. We're going to paste it in the chat. Which objection do you guys want to run with this morning? I can see you are all waiting for me to make a decision, but
we're gonna sell it ourselves.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
We're just going to sell it ourselves, right? It's thinking, yeah. We've actually looked into this pretty carefully. Zillow lets you list for free, and we've gone to a neighbor who did it themselves last year. I just don't see why we hand over 3% of our equity to an agent when we can handle it ourselves. Is that not a realistic response from a buyer or from a seller?
Sounds very realistic.
Very realistic, yeah. Now, I can understand that you would want to sell it yourself and save the money. But let me ask you, other than saving the 3%, what's important about selling it yourself?
No.
Right? We give a comment back. I'm not going to spend time typing. We're going to do a lot of text to type here. Honestly, it's mostly the money. On a $450,000 house, that's over 13 grand. That's not nothing. It shifts a bit. See, it like even gives you the person shifts, right? Some communications is nonverbal, right? I mean, we also like the idea of being in control of showings and negotiations, not having some agent rushing into a deal. Tell me more. Tell you more about what exactly? Look, I told you our reasoning. We want to save money and stay in control. I'm not sure that what you're fishing for here crosses arms. Do you actually have a point to make, or are you just asking me questions? There's no point to
think you're telling me more and shove it up your rear head.
I'm simply trying to understand where you're at in the process, period. Working with me, you stay in control so that you have the control that you're looking for, as well as professional advice and guidance, period. Would it surprise you to find out that people that sell their house on their own statistically sell their house for less than they could have when using a professional? So working with someone like me doesn't cost you anything when you're making more money in the end. And it goes back to it. Now you've got the text, right? It's going to raises an eyebrow. Okay, the statistics things is interesting. Where exactly are you getting that number? Because I've also read a lot online saying that agents oversell the point. Not fully convinced, but leaning in slightly. And working with you doesn't cost me anything. That sounds like a sales line. How does it actually work on paper? You're right. It is a sales line, and I am a salesperson, but I'm here to work on your behalf. I've done hundreds of transactions, and making sure that I net my sellers the highest and best potential outcome is my main job. We focus on finding buyers that are going to pay the most money for your property and negotiate on your behalf to keep everything in alignment, period. Working through this on your own means that you have to juggle something that you don't do every day and hope for the best outcome. Just like working at a garage sale, when you're not represented, people think there's a deal to be had, and they're going to come for you at a lower offer.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that. It's actually a fair point. Still skeptical, but noticeably softer. But here's my thing. I've got a pretty desirable property in a hot area, so I'm not sure I need someone to find buyers. People are already asking about it. What exactly are you doing to justify your cut when demand is already there? Demand can always be there. But when we can squeeze out a little bit more of the buyer by understanding how negotiations work and playing in your best interest, wouldn't that benefit you in the end, as well as negotiating through the inspection periods, negotiating on the appraisal, and all the other contingencies aligned with the real estate process? Most sellers yourself don't understand. Guys, I've seen you all script practice, and you are not this hard on each other. Talk about a realistic partner. Right? B- overall. There we go. Fantastic. Owning being a salesperson authentically disarmed him, right? Most people are going to do that. The garage sale energy was your best movement. Vivid, relatable, landed. Pivoting to inspections appraisal at the end was smart and hit a real nerve. So tell me more is too vague. It actually works on real people because you're not a computer that's going to go back to influence. You're going to get people to continue talking. Your responses are too on and run on, but I was trying to make a point quickly. You could absolutely sell it yourself. My job is to make sure the decision doesn't cost you more than the commission you're trying to save.
I really like that top part, Dan.
Tell me more.
Oh, the screen went away. Well, I read it and it said that the guy nodded slowly and was struggling with the details of the transaction, that was their main concern. And it said, I'm not saying yeah, but I'm considering it more because they started getting stuck in the details, the actual details of the transaction.
Yeah.
And that's where they were like, okay, yeah, I might need some help.
Yeah, we could have done better at this, but it's a presentation. I'm trying to show you guys. How easy was that to set up and get you guys moving? This whole week has been set on 5-minute tasks. The AI chief of staff, Monday, 5-minute task. Deal overview, Tuesday, 5-minute task. This sparring prompt, less than 5-minute task. It took us 5 minutes to rock through the whole thing. But you've got a realistic seller on the other side. You got a realistic buyer on the other side. You have a realistic environment that's going to push back and challenge you, right? Other than Kevin, Eric, and Jimmy that I can see, does this touch anyone else? Throw it in the chat if you don't want to be on camera or take your voice. I'm fine with it.
Dan, I just had kind of a little bit of an aha moment too. Is like I struggle with certain aspects of disc personality because of my disc personality. That I would bet you could probably program a certain disc personality into that to interact and kind of sharpen that strength as well.
Let's do it. Watch.
That might be a little high level for some people, but I think it's extremely useful.
Okay, what personality complex do you want to go against, Jimmy?
Well, I'm a high SC, go the opposite.
D.
High D.
I'm a high C.
Who are we kidding? I'm high on everything.
Yeah. You're in
I'm so
California.
high right now. I can't even see straight.
Right?
Yeah, because I'm a high C and I struggle with high Ds.
You don't struggle with high Ds. You do well. You have yourself a lot of D,
We love
so
the
that you
D.
can flex. It may not be natural. So
No, I got no.
so here we go, Jimmy. Yeah, you've been going back and forth a while. Actually, we feel like we'd rather handle it ourselves and keep things simple. We did a lot of research and put together a spreadsheet on the costs, and the commission just seems like a lot. We don't want to wait. We don't want to make the wrong decision, so we're trying to be really careful here.
Sounds like they're the high SC.
That is.
Deal.
Okay. It's the opposite of an SC,
DI.
a DI, or direct, friendly. I'm not sure. Look, we made up our minds. We're doing for sale by owner. I've sold 2 businesses. I know negotiate. I'm not paying someone a percentage to do something I'm perfectly capable of handling myself. What could you possibly tell me I haven't figured out already?
That's what you do.
Waiting on you, Jimmy.
I'd switch from Wi-Fi to whatever.
Okay. All right. Here's the scene. I look at you. I lean forward, direct eye contact, talking fast. Look, we've made up our minds. We're doing for sale by owner. I've sold 2 businesses. I know the negotiations. I'm not paying someone a percentage to do something I'm perfectly capable of handling myself. What could you possibly tell me I haven't already figured out?
Oh, I love this one. I like this.
Yeah, my response would be, what if I could show you a way that we can get your home sold in the time frame that you want to do it with the highest amount the market will bear and save you money at the same time?
I'm not impressed, right? That sounds like a tagline. Everyone says that. What does it actually mean in real numbers? How much are we talking here? How much does using you save someone money? Taps the table. Be specific.
I like this.
Gonna respond. Am I at an appointment or am I on a phone call?
You're at an appointment. He's tapping the table and looking at you eye to eye.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. I'd say, I'd throw out the stats. Statistically, homeowners selling the homes themselves sell it for less than market value to the tune of 10 to 12%. I'm only charging 3. What are you going to do with the other 7%?
Show it to him. I'd use that stat and I'd be like, let me show you. Let's use a calculator. Break it down. I'll give you dollars and cents right now.
I'm pausing, doing the math in my head. Okay, that number better be real or not something you pulled out of thin air. Where's the statistic? Where is that statistic from?
I cited NAR.
Yep.
It comes from NAR. Period.
What's NAR?
Shows. Okay. Also, what's your track record specifically? How fast are you selling homes and what percentage of list price? Glances, looks at the document. I'll give you that. Leans back, arms crossed, but you didn't answer my second question. What is your track record? I don't care about averages. I care about what you specifically are going to do for my house. Numbers.
Can we jump in? That's a great question. I'm glad that you asked that. It sounds like you definitely have done your homework, and somebody in your position that's considering these 2 options, I would have done the exact same thing. Let's look. Depends on the area. For your type of house and this type of neighborhood, it's fill in the blank.
I like this.
I mean, I've sold 62 homes and most of them above market value. What does a newer agent say?
Yeah,
That-
it didn't pick up most of Christina's. It definitely picks up Eric every time he says, I like this, for some reason. Probably because Eric's voice is close to mine and my AI is already trained for my voice. All right, Christina, say it again, but louder.
That's a great question, and I respect that you asked it. Forgot what I said.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah, sounds like you guys definitely have done your research, and I would be asking the same questions if I was in your position. It depends on the area. I think I elaborated on that. It depends on the area that you're talking about and the type of house. But for one like yours in this type of neighborhood, it's ...
You need to give your statistics.
I know. I don't know what we're dealing with though. I don't know if this is a total fucking piece of shit.
You know, total pieces of shit all the time.
I mean, that is my specialty.
And I even deal with pieces of shit clients like you too.
Pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat shit for breakfast?
This is on YouTube too.
They're like, this group of agents are jerks.
Yes, they're gonna love us.
This
These
is
are
the
my
one
kind of
that people
people,
buy
and
that.
this is
I
where I
forgot
get.
what I said. That's weak and weird.
These are my kind of people. This is where I get down into like they don't want to waste time. They want to get to the point. Okay, great. Like
here's-
listen.
Here's what
Okay.
you're missing on this, guys. A DI doesn't need you to relate to him. Not buying the rapport attempt at all. Look, I don't need you to relate to me. I need to know if you can perform. 60 properties in most of a market isn't exactly a number. That's a maybe. Stands up slightly and wraps up. Give me some concrete. What's your average sale to list ratio, days on market, or I'm done here?
Well, I would have had that number.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, watch. Shows them.
And then I go, here's what it is. If that makes sense to you guys, fantastic. Let's get down to work. If you give me 90 days, we'll see if we can get this done. If not, like it says here in the contract, you pay me for the photos, we walk away clean. How's that sound?
Christina, do you like already have that number handy?
No, I should, but I don't.
But you've sold a lot more houses than me, so I know mine. But
Apparently, according to how you're doing things these days, Trey, maybe not.
well, listing wise, at least, I've only done like 5 or 6 listings. So
Here you go, guys. The last thing I said, show them the numbers in writing. This is a big thing for DIs. They want numbers in writing, and it's telling you the type of complex that you're dealing with, and they want to see it, right? Overall, B, what worked? The NAR statistic, visual worked perfectly for DI, 10 to 12% VAF, clean, directed, compelling, showing numbers, close, seal it. What didn't work? Forgot what I said, killed the momentum. Actually, just picked up your guys's. So the rapport building, waste of personality. DIs don't care. Skip it. Most above market value is too vague. Also have exact sale to list ratio ready. Jimmy's best single line. I've sold 60 plus homes at X list price at an average of X days. That's not a promise. That's my record. Want to see it? Let's get in the business.
Yeah, jerk.
Yeah.
I think a great point from all of this is, I mean, ideally, best case, you know the personality type you're up against, right? And so you know how to kind of prep for that. But if not, if this is like a lead that comes from Zillow or Jim, what the name of sweet
What?
baby Jesus?
I didn't want to say no, but I hid my eyes.
Kevin and I are like spirit animals
Sorry.
on this call, I swear.
You enjoyed it.
Just having that ready, right? It's like part of like you have your listing presentation, but having like this just kind of was my aha moment, I guess. It's like, here's my strategy if it's this personality type, and you have it kind of laid out for each of them. So then you're ready to go. It's already in your toolbox.
So is this helpful for you guys?
Super.
yeah,
Super helpful. We have a group
Absolutely.
chat. Practice with this and come up with some one-liners. Like it's been giving us one-liners the whole time. I've sold 60 plus houses. Want to see it? Right. That's not a promise. That's my record. Want to see it? Even up here where we got our grade from before. You absolutely can sell it yourself. My job is to make sure that the decision my tongue is too fat this morning. You can
Yeah, that's
absolutely
all,
sell it
folks.
yourself. My job is to make sure that that decision does not cost you more than the commission you're trying to save. That's a great line. So these are things that we can actually put together a one line archive in the group chat. As you guys are practicing through, go to your Rise and Thrive, throw that chat in there. You can absolutely sell it yourself. My job is to make sure that that decision doesn't cost you more than the commission you're trying to save. There's a lot of that sounds in that. My brain doesn't do it. Someone else read it. You could absolutely sell it yourself. My job is to make sure that decision doesn't cost you more than the commission you're trying to save. So
with for sale by owners too, it also helps. You say, hey, look, give me 30 seconds, give me 30 days to prove myself. You know, I don't need to sign a 6-month leasing agreement. We don't need to sign, whatever. Give me 30 days. If you like what you see thus far, we need to go further. We can go cross that bridge when we get there.
Another thing, guys, if you have a pro account on ChatGPT, on Claude, or even in BrokerBot, you can call it. You can call in and have a phone call with them, right? This is my phone number, right? I can call in, use my phone. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. Let me know.
I can't hear anything. Are we supposed to be hearing something? Can't hear you now at all, Dan. Is this me? You guys?
No, I don't hear anything but you, Christina.
Yep. Same.
I'll play with it because it's blocking the microphone when it's ringing out, so it won't let you guys hear what I'm trying to hear. But you can actually call in to BrokerBot and do scripting practice, or you can use the voice chat. So let me see if I can share.
Does Jeremiah Taylor answer?
His avatar does.
This is Jeremiah.
Thanks for calling, Jeremiah. All right. So for those of you with the pro accounts, $20 a month is not going to kill you. If you should probably invest in something to help you out like that. So you got ChatGPT. You throw the same prompt in there. So we grab our prompt, which again will be in the group chat. You throw it in here. If I can. Let me start with the chat first. What script do we want to do now? We want to do interest rates are too high?
Yeah, that was going to be mine earlier. Is we just saw rates just went back up. We're going to hold off.
Okay. So let's go back here. We're going to go back to our chats. Objection handling role play.
What are we doing this for buying or listing? Because that could go either way. Rates just
Buying
went up.
But I just want to show you guys how the pro account with the C. Look, I've been watching real estate rates for months, and they're still high. Everything I say says prices haven't really corrected enough to make up for the payment jump. So why would I buy now instead of just waiting another year? I understand waiting, hoping that something gets better. Whereas it's not pulling up. I understand waiting until something gets better. This would be so much better live. Yeah, it's not mirroring the way it needs to. But try it out. I can't play through the way I want it to, but you guys can see how in your chat GPTs, you put the prompt, then you click the bottom right here for voice mode.
I use that all the time.
Can you hear me? Yeah, no, it's being blocked by the Zoom. Oh well. Would you guys Jeez, Rachel, what's going on with your radio? That's so loud. So there is definitely potential to help you guys out. If you're in the right written like I did, you can read it and then respond voice to text, or you can use your phone and a paid account, which is, like I said, $20 a month for ChatGPT or Claude, and you have the voice that you can talk to. So I will try to make it loud so you guys can hear me. Other than interest rates being high, what's keeping you from wanting to buy a house right now?
It's the payment shock and uncertainty. I can afford a place, but I don't want to be locked into a number that feels like a bad bet if rates drop or the market softens.
I completely understand that. You've been renting for the last 5 years. How long do you plan on staying in a rental?
I'm fine renting until buying makes sense again. If I'm going to take on maintenance, taxes, and a big monthly payment, I need a clearer advantage than stop paying rent.
I mean, the advantage is you're paying rent now, so you're effectively paying 100% interest because every dollar you pay goes directly to your landlord and they pay their mortgage and their lifestyle with it, and it doesn't affect your future at all.
Point. Rent doesn't build anything for me. But I'm not buying just to avoid rent. I'd need to see how you make the numbers work today without gambling on future rates. Show me the realistic monthly and the break-even timeline, and I'll listen.
Okay. Have we discussed the 4 ways that you make money with real estate? One being your appreciation, which is the natural growth of the value of the home. 2 being your tax deferment, because you get to save on taxes. 3rd being your debt buy down, because every payment you make actually increases your net worth. And lastly, if you ever do move out and keep this house, it gives you an opportunity for cash flow as an investment property. Then you become the landlord and you're renting out to somebody else. Now, the payment, as long as it makes sense to you monthly and you can afford the monthly payment, it's a lifestyle thing. If you want to continue to rent and you want to have that $2,000 a month go right out of your bank account and never see any benefit ever again, then stay renting. But if you want to have something at the end of the day, building towards a better future for yourself, then spending the $2,000 a month on a mortgage makes more sense. Yes, it comes with risks of buying a house and having to maintain it, but not much more than renting, because what happens if the landlord just up and sells the house?
Breaking character. Grade B-. What worked was you reframed rent.
See how it quickly. I hope you can turn your voice prompting faster, because that was a little too slow for my desire point. But could you guys hear it?
I thought that was awesome.
There is no excuse. If you've got a buyer consult, you've got a listing consult, or you've got a conversation that you're, I wouldn't say scared to have, take a moment, run it through your assistant, right? We've been talking about this all week, is AI is your assistant. Now, so far today, we all got B pluses, right? A bunch of Bs. We got to get better at being a little bit more tactical and short line and stuff like that. But it's just going to come with time and effort. Are you going to use this for your benefit?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Here's
Matt's
the thing.
gonna run it through something today that I've got imposter syndrome on for sure.
Yeah. Spar your top 3. Spar the things that you think you're good at, you're bad at, you need some help at. Paste a real loss, right? Say, hey guys, I got a D. I got a D on this one. Kevin. But also, maybe you talk too much. Maybe you're saying too many words. Maybe you're not saying enough words. But also in the group chat, drop your best lines, like I did this morning, right? You absolutely can sell it yourself. My job is to make sure that that decision doesn't cost you more money than the commission you're trying to save. That is huge. That's a huge one-liner. And if we'd let ChatGPT continue its conversation, it may have brought another piece of gold, but I shut it down because we're out of time.
Dan, this reminds me of that quote. I had it on my dry erase board's not up at this house, but when it was, it said, "We sweat in practice so we don't bleed in battle."
Love that. I love that. That's the absolute proof. This is homework, guys. I told you this week was very homework heavy. Do this 20 reps. Have 20 conversations with your AI in the next couple of days, but share them in the group chat. I'll know when you're doing it. So, guys, remember, you do not rise to the occasion. You fall to your level of practice. In moments of stress, we revert back to our lowest level of preparedness. So let's get into this. Let's get prepared. Let's do our practice. Let's do our at-bats. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Are you liking this series? Is it helping you?
I like this one. This
Absolutely.
one's fun.
Then we're going to have to kick Sam out of tomorrow. He can sit back and wait. We'll use AI as a negotiating strategist. So
I want to hear how Sam does it, truth be told. Let's run Sam through some of these paces on the financial side.
Okay, let's put him to it.
Yeah.
Here, so is Sam ever responding in our group chat?
Don't warn him first. Just surprise him.
Very rarely does he.
I'll even distract him with video of my crotch while I'm doing landscaping.
Let's not. Let's not.
I knew it was strategy, Jim. I knew it.
Didn't throw me off my game. Guys, thank you so much for investing your time. I love that you're on these morning calls with us. It's got to be a benefit to you for us to keep doing it. So, was today worth time?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Big high five. Oh, and by the way, this one's on YouTube if you want to go back and watch it.